Hello everybody, Ada Shrimkuski welcoming you into the 2026 portion of the season for the Conestoga Condors. A couple of new faces for the Condors in this half of the season. We're going to dive into those players in a little bit. They're taking on the Redeemer Royals tonight, second of two matchups. Redeemer won the first one back in November. It is set to be a great rematch. One player, Rugden Hill, on the Royals, set to battle against Beckford. And this is going to be a great game between these two clubs. Lineup's going to be announced. We have tip-off coming up next. Tip-off set to get things started momentarily. Starters for this game for the visiting Redeemer Royals is going to be Van Ralty, Van Halligan, Lazenby, Rugden Hill, and Froze. For the Condors, who are going to start with the opening possession, will be Kellerman, Calvert, Schumacher, Weber, and Beckford. That ball poked free, traveling back, and it will be over and back, as signaled by one of the officials. Tonight's officials for the game going to be Josh McLean, as well as Nick Condolis, as well as the crew chief, Alan Miech. Off the turnover, the Royals going to have possession. Weber closely watching. Pass into the paint, will not be able to convert. That shot attempt from Rugden Hill. Calvert back with the ball, offloading over to Schumacher, who's back into the lineup after suffering an injury in that first half of the season. A welcome addition back into the lineup for the Condors. Getting out of the hands of Calvert, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Beckford driving into the paint and will finish through the contact. unable to get the and one, but the foul called that will send Jamila Beckford to the line. Beckford, the team leader in points, currently with 113 coming into play. Set to take the first 2 free throws of the game. The loose ball, it will be collected by Froze. Weber applying pressure in the zone, trying to see if they can create a violation, and indeed they will. Great pressure from Maddie Weber is going to force the turnover. This game deadlocked, 0-0 in the opening quarter, as 55 seconds have come and gone. This is going to be inbounded over to Kellerman, who's going to take some contact. There will be no foul. She was unable to get the shot to the rim. Racing up the floor goes Van Raalte. Van Raalte tries to split the D, opting to kick out. Lazenby drives on Weber, will curl back, and it is stolen away by Beckford. Out of bounds, remaining with the Royals. Rugden Hill and Beckford in a battle that is going to be the story all night long, as these two have been battling all season. And for a number of years, this is stolen away by Colford, up and will not be able to get the layup. Good steal from Malia Colford. Good closer from Colford, able to get around it, up, and there's the first basket of the game. This is going to be scored by Ava Froze. It's going actually to tally of Rugden Hill. Conestoga going to look for a response. They get it over to Kellerman. Kellerman been known to shoot threes, and she will let one fly. Will be off the mark. Defensive rebound secured, and setting back out is Rugden Hill. Beckford trying to force a turnover. Good screen set. Ball in and out of the hands will be collected by Lazenby. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And this is going to be an open look for 3 and splash. Sydney Lazenby gets on the board and converts on her first attempt from downtown. 5-0 run for Redeemer. From the elbow, Beckford thought about it momentarily, a little give and go between her and Weber. And this is going to be swatted away. It's kicked out into the corner. This one will be clang off some iron from Culvert. Culvert could be a very dangerous shooter in that spot. A lot of time with that in warm-up. Redeemer looking to get a cycle moving. Currently coming into tonight's match, 1-8 on the season, 1-3 at home, 0-5 on the road as this one rims out. And Adri Kellerman grabs the rebound. Currently coming in on a 5-game losing streak. Their one win coming against the Condors. As in head-to-head matchups, it is a 2-game win streak for Conestoga as they are looking to get their first bucket. Beckford punches it free and will collect. Adri Kellerman lets it go, and she will connect. Kellerman gets the Condors on the board with a stone-cold 3.
Too late, come on. So Maddie and Malia are coming out. So I'm going in.
A couple of substitutions going to be coming into the game for the Condors. Added 2 new players in Culvert and Tesfit. We're going to see Tesfit wearing number 2 in white for the Condors. Ella Schumacher to inbound. Samarit Tesfit going to give it over to Ella Schumacher. Handling to the elbow for Alicia Budold. Tesfit, that one going to hit off the rim. And now racing back up the floor goes Lazenby. Lazenby with Beckford closely watching her. It'll be up off the glass. Sydney Lazenby will get 2 more points. 70 points coming into tonight, averaging 11.7. And trying to work off the screen is Schumacher. She'll curl back. This one off the rim, no good. The rim not being the Condors' friend early on as they trail by 4. walking along the line. Now feeding it over to Lazenby, who's quickly up to 5 points, and it is stolen away. Tesfit giving over to Kellerman, who will get it right back. Thought about the shot, and it is going to be a travel called. And Tesfit applying pressure. Seems to be the MO for the Condors in the early going, trying to force some key turnovers as the three is up. It will clang off iron, no good. Beckford grabbing the rebound. There's Ella Schumacher. She'll head up the left wing. Good screen. And now lets it go from mid-range. High arc, and it will be a loose ball. Tiptoeing the line and coming back with it is Lazenby. This ball is stolen away by Beckford, who keeps it alive and will throw it past the base on the other end. Nonetheless, a nice steal from Jamila Beckford. Tries to generate some offense for the Condors. Beckford and Schumacher checking out, as that will have Weber and Culford punching their time cards back into the game. Up the inbound action back underway as the Royals with possession. Bujold is trying to apply some pressure. There is an opening on the left wing. See if they can find it, but they're going to go right up to the middle, rolling around, and will fall out. Unfortunate that time for Ava Froze. And the loose ball taken. Culver trying to come and get it, and that will be over and back. The whistle stops play. Back and forth opening few minutes of the game with 4:26 left to go in the opening quarter. Conestoga trailing by 4. Kellerman set to inbound. Conestoga 2-3 in November, 3-5 on the season as this gets into the post for Weber. Weber so dangerous in the paint, opting to kick out. And it's up, and it will be off the mark. Now on the ensuing possession for the Royals, top of the arc with a hand in the face. This one hits iron, and Kellerman quickly collects, and she'll set out for the Condors. Kellerman with a nice crossover, getting around the defense. This mid-range shot up and good. Adri Kellerman feeling her shot as she has the 5 points for the Condors on a pull-up jumper. Foul going to be on Tesfit. That'll be her first, team's first of the game. .339 to go as Tesfit checks out.
24. There we go. Here we go.
Van Dyke will miss her intended pass in Vrugdenhill, and that will be a turnover. Conestoga has cut the lead to just 2 points. But prior to the ensuing possession, it's going to be a timeout for the Redeemer Royals, which takes us to our keys to the game for the hometown Conestoga Condors in their first game of the 2026 portion of the season, focusing on controlling the pace of play, being able to up the tempo and slow it down a little bit is going to be a real big factor for them in this game as they try to control each possession and really see what opens up and down the floor. For the Redeemer Royals, focusing on maturity, a lot of veteran presence on this team, number of second-year players as well as some fourth years. They are going to rely heavily on that in playing a mature game, making sure that they get off to a good start is something they want to improve on from their last game against Mohawk, as the Mountaineers came out firing in that game. They're going to look to start off on a better foot, currently with the lead 7-5 as this timeout expires. Schumacher back with the ball. 40 points this season. He's going to hand off for Adri Kellerman. Moving forward, Calvert in and out of her hands, being able to pass exceptionally well, driving hard along the baseline. Weaver tiptoes, has to get a shot, but it's going to be intercepted. Lazenby steals it away. He's trying to race up floor, but matching the pace is going to be Calvert, who jumps on the ball. Will be a held ball. Possession remains with the Royals. Inbound from Van Dyke into an opening for Lazenby. That shot unable to fall. Good vision from Lauren Van Dyke, able to find her teammate cross court.
That's right.
Calvert coming back with possession as this is going to be fed over to Kellerman. Kellerman dishes over to Beckford. This hitting off the back. It's over to Kellerman for the corner three. It's good! Adri Kellerman takes another trip downtown, her second of the game. She's up to 8 points. Kellerman gives her team lead with 2 minutes and some change left to play in the opening quarter. And it is going to be taken away by Bujold. Great defense from Alicia Bujold wearing number 7. It is now for Beckford trying to throw it into the paint. It's in and out of the hands of Weber, and the Royals collect. Long stretch pass, and it will be out of bounds. A little bit too far for Sophia Van Raalte to track down. Now under 2 minutes to play, and this is stolen away. On the counter attack, Van Dyke racing up. Calvert trying to close the gap and will turn her away momentarily. The fast break opportunity negated, and this ball out of bounds.
Hey, no!
Good effort from Malia Calvert, able to get back and negate the basket.
Watch, Maddie!
Possession still remains with the Royals with 1:48 to go. And they will be looking to regain their lead, which Conestoga stole away from them momentarily. This one no good. Rebound taken over to, that's Jamila Beckford, her third. Kellerman lets it fly. This one clanging off the iron, no good. Lazenby grabs the board. And now sets back out with Kellerman closely watching her. Lazenby in her second year really brings a level of maturity to this team. She is back in action as this is going to be whistled down. Back and forth opening quarter. Albeit a low scoring affair so far, 8-7 our score. Both of these teams feeling each other out a little bit in that last game. The Royals won 71-65. Beckford led the team with 23, had a double-double in the contest. Gonna rely heavily on her. Thought about the shot momentarily, did cover. She instead drives! Unable to get it. The offensive rebound taken in, bouncing around. And Weaver going to get the putback. And that widens the margin 2-3 with under 1 minute to play. Good recognition from Calvert, seeing she had a lane to the net, able to generate a second chance opportunity. And Weaver was able to finish it off. A good response from the Royals as they cut the lead to 1. Calvert, top of the arc, sends on over to Bujold. Back into the corner for Kellerman. This one in and out. Bounce pass along the baseline, getting it over to Beckford from Weaver. And here comes a cutting Weaver, and that is going to be a foul. Great passing from the Condors, generating another chance in the paint. That sends Weaver to the line. Weaver shooting 80% this season the 5th year from Waterloo.
Who's here? Okay, pick up.
And a perfect trip for Weber. She will go 2 of 2. So that makes it a 12-9 ball game with 15 seconds on the clock. Racing up with speed, Van Ralty. And they have a nice bounce pass in and out of the hands. It will be kicked out. Shot has to get up. 7 seconds. It's swatted away by Weber. Back into the friendly hands of the Royals. The shot is up. And will rattle around and fall out. Royals came out firing. Conestoga with the response. They lead after one 12-9, led by Adri Kellerman with those 2 made 3-pointers on 5 attempts, has 8 points. Weber with the other 4. So there's some of the highlights from the first quarter. We are ready to go for the second. Sydney Lazenby has 5 points for the Redeemer Royals. Had the ball momentarily ago. Missed 3 games this season due to an injury, and she is back in the lineup and right back to her scoring ways. Great pass from Lazenby and finished off by Froze. Lazenby has 5 rebounds in this game. She needs just 9 for a career 100, so there is a watch on that milestone as well. Also needs just 13 points for an even 200 in her career, as that is drilled. Excellent shot from Malia Calvert. Welcome to the OCAA as she gets her first 3 points for the Condors. Looking to match it. This one in and out. Stolen away by Culver off the rebound. Now she'll slow tempo down. As Schumacher was knocked down, she's able to get back to her feet. Culver trying to direct some traffic. Faking the pass. And it looks like she is in some discomfort with her arm. At the other end of the floor, this shot up, no good, and be taken in by Beckford. Tesfik going to set out for the Condors. It's Culvert being helped to the sidelines by the athletic staff. Schumacher trying to back down her opponent, opting to get it over to Weber. And now into the paint for Beckford, who lost a handle on it momentarily, able to collect. Little pump fake from Schumacher, who drives baseline with the reversal. Unable to get this to fall. And it will be Royals ball. Pass zipped over Van Raalte. Closely watched now. Double team coming. Beckford with the help. And that is going to be a travel called on Vreugdenhil. Schumacher to inbound. Just under 2 minutes have come and gone. Conestoga holding on to a 4-point lead. Looking to widen that margin. Tesfit giving it towards Weber. Weber double teamed. Looking for a pass. Has Tesfit giving it over to Beckford, who sets her feet and fires. And will drill the mid-range jumper. The Beckford's first 2 points of the contest to go along with the 4 rebounds, 3 assists she already has. Good start to this game for Jamila Beckford as the Royals looking for a response. Good cycling, swing it around. It's Lazenby. Lazenby with a high arc. This one will miss the mark and trickle out of bounds. What started off as the Adri Kellerman show, scoring all 8 points to start the game. You're seeing the depth on display for the Condors as Weber, Culvert, and Beckford all now have points in the game. Schumacher throwing in the Tesfit. It's in and out of her hands. And on the counterattack, Lazenby races up, trying to get numbers. And this shot going up off the glass and instantly Lazenby up to 7 points. On the counterattack, Beckford spinning around, closely watched by Vreugdenhil, off the glass and in. Jamila Beckford starting to catch fire. Good passing play all along. The easy layup will convert. Vreugdenhil cashes in. Beckford surpassed 1,000 career points, first Condor in history to do so, and she continues with every bucket to build and cement herself into Condor's history. Schumacher trying to find an opening. That is going to be a travel on Schumacher. Well, both teams make substitutions. Still a 4-point lead for the Condors. Conestoga currently finds himself 5th in the West, currently trailing the St. Clair State's Mohawk, sitting atop with a perfect 9-0 record. As this pass into the interior again, looking for an opening. Boudreaux trying, and it will swat that one away. Good defense from Alicia Boudreaux. The second shot no good, and now will be negating that possession was Maddie Weber. Conestoga sets out. Schumacher zips one on over to Boudreaux. Conestoga distributing the ball. Each player is getting several touches as they go to the other side of the floor. Back in the interior as Beckford brings it in. No good on the first attempt and will be taken away by Vreugdenhil. Van Raalte looking for a pass, and this is stolen away. Jumping the row was Beckford. She gets around 1 and 2 Royals. Now goes up off the glass, no good. Weber gets the rebound momentarily, and she'll put it up off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, third time, and will be fouled on her way up. Great effort from Maddie Weber. Weber has 47 rebounds this season. Gonna add one more as she got her own and now goes to the line. Good on the second. She will go 50% on that trip, now 3 for 4 in the game. Is going to head out of bounds and will remain with the Royals. Redeemer lost their most recent game to Mohawk 90-56. Will be looking to get back in the win column as it's swung on over and swatted away. Weber closes the gap and rejects Lazenby. And this pass is going out of bounds. Another good defensive stand from the Condors via Weber. Schumacher sets out for the possession. Does a great job commanding this offense. As Bujold back into the game has dealt with injuries the last little while, has a brace on her right leg. It's good to go for the second half of this season for the Condors as they look to make a playoff push into the paint for Beckford. Has to get a shot up off the glass, no good. She goes to fight for the rebound. And once again, Vrugden Hill and Beckford clash. Schumacher tried to get the steal, cutting through is Lazenby, and it's going to be rejected again, this time by Bujold. And the defense showing up for the Condors. They have numbers. Alicia Bujold in. Bounce pass finds Beckford in the corner, had Kellerman, and driving through, splitting the defense. Woo! A thing of beauty for Beckford as she goes right through several Royals and finishes at the rack. And this is punched free by Weber, who will go up and off the glass and in. Maddie Weber jumps the passing lane, and the Condors bench erupts. 24-15, 4:03 to play on back-to-back nice plays. Put them to the highlight reel for Weber and Beckford. They will get back-to-back buckets. With this being the first home game for the Condors, some New Year's resolutions for the team is continuing to stay focused, play with effort, and it's all about their attitude, and they are playing with great confidence right now, having the right attitude going forward and attacking this game, really believing in themselves is another key for them, and they are doing just that, really feeling their shots and doing a great job on defense. There are several key stops that are sure to be on the highlight reel for them, which has led to their offense being able to get their feet under them and convert. Weber up to 7 points now to go along with 6 rebounds. He's having a great half of basketball. The timeout going to expire. That will put the players back onto the floor. We get ready to resume. Lazenby sets out and will opt to drop it back. And that will give it over to Van Halligan. Trying to get across it, and that is going to be the 8-second violation. The Condors get another stop, continuing to apply the pressure. Kellerman will inbound on our first possession for the offense of the Condors. See if they're able to cash in on another defensive stop. And this one, getting a hand on it, is Kellerman. Thought she might have been fouled. Weber goes up, no good. Players jousting in the paint. Will go up to Lazenby. Closing the gap was Weber, and waiting for support as the rest of the Royals fly up the court. Going over to Lazenby, the team leader in points currently. Pass, and that was getting hit off of Schumacher and out of bounds. Alice Schumacher got a piece of it, trying to keep it alive. It was Van Halligan. Schumacher coming back out, going to direct some traffic. Will tiptoe along the three-point line. A couple of quick passes now into the hands of Bujold. Now in for Beckford. Beckford with a pump fake, trying to get some space. Will go up off the glass, no good. And Schumacher battles and will stay with the Condors as Lazenby tried to get out of the way. Bounce pass, finding Kellerman, who's going to be swatted. She'll hit the hardwood. There will be no foul on the play. It will stay with the Condors. Going to be 13 seconds on the shot clock. .253 to go in the second quarter of action. Off the inbound, gets over to Beckford. It's action back underway. Schumacher mid-range jumper off the front of the rim, no good. The Royals coming back, currently trailing by 9. Lazenby, offense running through her in her return. Now she will drive, somehow getting around that block, and it'll be punched free by Beckford with a head of steam. She races up, odd man rush for the Condors. Getting it in for Weber, who will tiptoe the line and will be called for the travel. Couple of substitutions going to be added for the Royals. Zonde going to be coming into the game. Going up the floor along the right wing. The three-point shot is up. It will be off the mark. Battling for it, and Conestoga coming away. It's Kellerman. Kellerman surveys the scene, able to find an open Condor to pass to her in Schumacher. Conestoga doing a good job penetrating into the defense. That pass is going to be off the mark. Now Weber and Schumacher comes for some support. And Bujold trying to track it down, but it's going to be the Royals keeping it alive. Lazenby down Broadway and will cash in. This will be a timeout for the Condors, as Lazenby up to 9 points. One player for the Redeemer Royals that logs a lot of minutes is Lazenby, 30 plus in every game since returning on November 15th. She continues to be a big part of this team, both on the offensive and defensive sides of the game. 6 rebounds, 9 points thus far in this first half of action. The Ancaster native really making her presence felt. Conestoga has a couple new faces on their team via Culford and Tesfit. These players really add to the backcourt presence of the team and upping the pressure. It's already been on display how much pressure Conestoga has been applying in this game. They're also doing a great job being able to handle that pressure and the tasks that are being asked of them. We saw Culford go out with an injury. We hope she will be okay, able to enter back into this game.
Hey, I got it.
.144 to go before recess, 24-17. Conestoga with the ball as they set out for this next possession. Schumacher still looking for her first bucket in the game. He's going to feed Bujold. Bujold had the pressure, and there's Conestoga handling the pressure. It gets over for Tesfit, who lets it go! No good. Players sheltering for it, and Kellerman trying to corral. It's the Royals with numbers. Conestoga does a good job being able to get back. Zondag into the paint. Unable to get the layup. Second chance opportunity, no good. And now Beckford grabs another board, her 6th. Giving it over to Bujold. Bujold lets it up. She had some contact, unable to get it. Beckford gets the board. And players still adjusting for it. Tesfit punches it free. Will be unable to run it down. There's under a minute to go. Lazenby back with the ball, was closely watched by Tesfit. The screen coming. Beckford switches on to her. This shot will not be able to fall. Very clean game of basketball. Only 4 fouls have been called in this game. As the officials letting the players play right around the elbow for Beckford, getting it in for Boudreaux high off the glass. Be into the security for the Royals as they counter. A little bit of a mismatch as Tesvik going up. This shot will not be able to fall. Schumacher tries to keep it alive for the Condors. Be punched out of her hands. As a great job from Tesvik on the defensive side. Able to force the shot, and Conestoga will take over possession. Conestoga will have the last shot in this quarter. They hold on to the ball. They can get the last shot before the half. Tesvik gets it over to Kellerman, who's at their feet and lets it go. This one will be long. Boudreaux tries to put it back, and that will also be off the mark. The buzzer sounds. It is recess. 24-17 for the Condors in their first home game of the 2026 portion of the season. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are going to have the second half for you in a few minutes. You're not going to want to miss it. It is OCAA women's basketball action. The Condors versus the Royals right after this. So we get ready to go for the third quarter. Score after halftime, 24-17 in favor of the hometown Condors. Led by Adri Kellerman leading with 7 points. Maddie Weaver with 7. As Jamila Beckford with 6. Lazenby with 9 for the Redeemer Royals. Closely followed by Rugden Hill with 4. And Van Raalte and Froze each with 2. See what we have in store for the second half of action between these two teams. Key players are going to be Maddie Weaver. Saw how good she was in that first half. Number of steals and a number of scores. Gonna try to keep her out of foul trouble. Plays with such controlled aggression and is so good at getting into those areas underneath the rack. And it's just gonna try to keep her out of the foul trouble. And for Redeemers, it is going to be Rugden Hill. She's gonna continue to battle with Beckford. They've done it all season long. And Lazenby is going to be the other X factor for the Redeemer Royals. She already leads with 9 points as action back in the way is kicked out into the corner for Bujold. And now a little fake by Beckford. It's going to hit off of Lazenby and out as Beckford lost the handle momentarily. That will leave 9 seconds on the shot clock once the ball is inbounded. Back in the way, it's over to Beckford. Surveying the scene. Kellerman. Shot up. It's a deep two. It'll be off the mark and be taken in by the Royals. Quickly corralled. Van Halligan zips one on over to Lazenby, closely watched by Bujold. Switching off Beckford, driving and throwing it, and this is going to be a miscue on the pass, and out of bounds it goes. Kellerman with possession for the Condors. A couple of crossovers trying to generate some space. This one into the post. Nice feed from Schumacher. Weber goes to work. Weber around off the glass. It will roll around and fall. Maddie Weber gets the first 2 points of the half for the Condors. She's up to 9 points. Conestoga to 26. Weber is such a dominant force in the paint. Near impossible to stop. That was on full display during the possession. She cashes in for 2 more. This shot will be off the mark. Van Raalte gets the rebound and sets out, clanging off the iron. Shot clock put back to 14 seconds, and the third chance will fall for the Royals. Schumacher works around the screen. Will feed Weber. Weber has a cut and Kellerman able to find her. Kellerman spins. This is going to be a double dribble on Kellerman, will negate the possession. Conestoga had success when applying pressure in the zone. This is going to be an outlet pass with numbers. The mid-range jumper will be short. Taken in by Weber. Will quickly offloads to Schumacher. Stretch pass now for Beckford, who lets it fly. Will not be able to cash in. Punched free by Weber, and she will be the last to touch it as it goes out of bounds. Lazenby running the offense, going to be met by Bujold. Good screen. And now working off of Rugdale. It's going to be turned over. Here come the Condors. It's Beckford. Beckford has Kellerman and Weber with her. Beckford goes up, and the mesh barely moves. The basket counts just the same. 2 more points for Beckford. It's stolen away by the Condors again. Continuing to apply pressure at the midcourt. It is kicked out. Bujold lets it go. Drills it. Bujold connects for 3, her first bucket of the game. Had 98 points in 2023-24 as she was able to connect and extend the lead, and it is going back the other way. Budel was 23.1% from deep. On full display, she was able to keep that alive, and it is out of bounds. Will remain with the Condors. She did not need a lot of time to get her shot off. She's now shooting 50% from deep. Redeemer currently with more points in the paint, 16-12. Conestoga, however, is fueling their shot as they have knocked down a number of threes, 4 of 11, shooting 36.4%. Back into the paint, Vrugdenhill. And that will be 2 more points for Talia Vrugdenhill. She's up to 6 as the Royals try to claw back, currently trail by 10. Weber has good vision. She opts to shoot. This one will miss the mark. Schumacher tiptoeing the baseline will keep it alive. Pass for Beckford. Shot has to get up. And it's up from Schumacher. It's good! Oh, Schumacher, ice in her veins right before the shot clock expires. Knocks down the triple. Be her first bucket in the game, as 4 different Condors have registered a 3-point in this game. Vrugdenhill working on Bujold and will be met there by Beckford. And that will be a blocking foul.
White 15 blocks, 2.
2 shots being awarded Rugen Hill has 102 points on the season, currently shooting 60% from the line. Currently has logged the most minutes of any Royal, nearly beating out Van Houwelingen. Currently 302 minutes for number 21. As this shot up will be off there, no good. And various players converge, but it's coming with it as the Royals, and they have possession. He punched free momentarily by Weber. Lazenby will let it go and knock down 2 more. She's up to 11. 2 more points for an even 200 for Lazenby. She has 11. Weber backs out into the paint. Weber trying to get some space. This shot up off the glass will rim out. A tough shot for Weber, will not be able to get it to fall. The Royals set back out, continuing to try to stage a comeback. We are about midway through the 3rd quarter. This shot no good. Players battling. Travel going to be called against the Royals. Conestoga will take over possession. Redeemer coming in 9th in the West, currently trailing Niagara, part of a 5-game losing streak. Be looking to snap that here at the rec center. Schumacher. Conestoga continuing to pass exceptionally well. This handle, and it is back for Weber, who's able to get the loose ball. This shot up, unable to get the shot to fall as the shot clock was expiring. Conestoga applying the pressure, zips one over. The Royals have numbers. Kellerman, the lone Condor, back, and this will not be able to fall, but a foul going to be called on Kellerman. Rose set to shoot to a career 59.4% shooter. She's just 1 point away from 100 career, had 89 a season ago. Also had 100 rebounds as a rookie, continuing to build off those numbers in her sophomore campaign. Oh, missed the second, and with a head of steam, here comes Weber. Conestoga now with numbers, as this will be picked off. Lazenby back. Sydney Lazenby able to find an open Van Raalte. Van Raalte with a nice spin on Testfit. No good. The second chance goes up, still unable to get it to drop. Conestoga now back up the floor. Schumacher. Zip one on over to Testfit. Testfit will step on the line, go for 3. This one will just miss. Conestoga going to look for another stop. Redeemer looking to cash in. Lazenby lets it go. Trying to go for the bank will be unsuccessful. Beckford grabs her 8th rebound. Tessa working on her man, tries to split the D. Able to corral a loose ball. Finds Beckford. Nice vision from number 2. It gets over to Beckford. Now Weber mid-range shot. Just missing. As Schumacher was knocked down in the paint. Lazenby slowing the tempo. 3:15 to go. Lazenby has some time off the block. Opting for a lob pass, getting over to Van Raalte. Into the corner she goes. Nice move. And will be up and in. The Royals trying to mount a comeback. Conestoga looking to add to their lead. Weber trying to get into the post, will find Beckford. Beckford lets it go, bouncing around and will fall. Jamila Beckford up to double digits, the first Condor to do so, and it's thrown away by Beckford. Beckford trying to find Kellerman, will do so. The reversal, it's good! Adri Kellerman for 2. Nice steal and the score. Great finish, almost getting this one was Kellerman. Now stretch pass. And the layup will rattle around and fall. Conestoga has 2 players up with 10 points. That is going to be a good response from Redeemer. Schumacher working on him, and it is poked free. Coming back, Van Raalte with the steal. 2-on-1 or 1-on-2. And getting the charge with Schumacher. Foul going to be on Van Ralty. We'll get another look at this one. Sets the feet, takes the contact. The basket will not count. The offensive foul called. Great job from Ella Schumacher sacrificing the body and is able to get possession back for the Condors. Schumacher's done that a number of times this season, continuing to put herself in good spots, able to get that charge. And the Condors back to work as Mullet into the game for the first time. Weber having a look. Shot is up off the mark. 1:47 to play as this shot is going to be out of bounds. Will be your Redeemer ball. It's Conestoga up by 11 with 1:46 to go in the third quarter. You're watching OCAA women's basketball. Applying some pressure, and that is going to be a block. Uglin was trying to work around. That foul will be on Beckford, her second. Both teams so far playing very disciplined, limiting the amount of fouls. Now coming back on the counterattack, Van Dyke. Good bounce pass, finds Faith Noble, who's into the game. Noble trying to find a way around Kellerman. This is shot in, coming up for the closeout was Weber, and Weber goes up and will get the easy lay-in. Another block for Weber, and she races down uncontested with the layup. Long shot pass, Mullet trying to get the defense, and is going to be called for the foul. 3 Condors now up to double-digit points, led by Weber, who has a double-double in the game. 11 rebounds, 11 points for number 14. Van Dyke to shoot 2, will knock down the first. 100% free throw shooter this season in her second year after coming from Abbotsford Christian High School. And we'll continue that, 2 of 2 for Van Dyke. Schumacher be bounced into the interior, unable to get the and one. Good penetration for the Condors as Alicia Bujold back to the line. This is going to be her first trip, as a matter of fact, to shoot 2 as a nice bounce pass into the hands. There's the contact. And that ball thought about it before it eventually would fall out. The first shot rattles around and will fall for Bujold.
Baseball, get a stop.
Bujold, the third year from Kitchener, Ontario, will go 2 for 2 on that trip from the charity stripe. Had 5 points in an exhibition game versus George Brown. As Conestoga, very glad to have her back, brings such maturity. We saw her assume a coaching role with the team while she was injured, and really is a good locker room presence to have as Weber continues to apply the pressure. Be a 2-shot penalty, Lazenby to the line. That one will rim out. Soaring up and bringing it down was Weber, who will step around one with a head of steam. But that will be null and void as the play was whistled down. Lazenby 1 for 2 on that trip now as 12 points, just needs 1 more point for the even 200. And that is going the other way, as I believe Noble had a toe out of bounds with 35 seconds to go. That's going to be 11-second difference between the shot and game clock. Conestoga up by 12. Both teams doing a good job limiting the fouls As Mullet sends on over to Schumacher, who drives down Broadway and is going to be rejected, but a foul will be called. Schumacher to the line, her first trip of the evening. She's currently shooting 56.3%. Waterloo native graduating from WCI in her second year. Did play in one exhibition game, and Conestoga had 2 of them earlier this month. Seeing her back in the game was a good sign after being injured. Waiting to see what develops, and maybe a little bit of a forced pass will be stolen away. Coming back are the Royals. Lazenby will hold. Now offloading. 3 seconds. 2. They have to get the shot up, and it will be off the mark. At the buzzer, Conestoga up by 13, leading 43-30. Things set to get ready for the 4th quarter. In talking with the Conestoga coaching staff, one thing they would like to bring into 2026 is playing as a unit, really finding their identity with a couple of new faces. And they are surely playing as a unit in this one. Number of players getting points, each getting key contributions as Kellerman races and grabs the board. Hammer on the brakes momentarily is going to be closely watched by Van Hallingen. Zips one on over, it's going to be Schumacher now working on Lazenby. Baseline jump, no good. Loose ball, grabbing her own rebound. That loose ball is going to be up. It's Bujold, clangs off the iron. First possession for the Royals as they trail, looking to stage a comeback. Going to rely heavily on number 15 currently with the ball. That's Sydney Lazenby. How big of a factor has she been to the offense? This 3-pointer up, no good. Weber tries to get the rebound, was punched free, but Kellerman was in the perfect spot to collect. Going on over Weber at the elbow, pumps fakes, and is going to take some hard contact. Now driving Beckford, backs down her defender and will convert. Jamila Beckford, an even dozen. Streaking it as it's going to out and get past an outstretched hand of Beckford. Rugdenhill will convert. Schumacher was looking for an opening. Able to provide some support was Weber. This is going to be turned over off the steal. Racing back up, now hammering on the brakes. Van Houwelingen getting it over to Lazenby. Zips one over top of the arc. Hits off of the iron and will be no good. That will stop play as down behind the play was Weber.
All good. Come on and stop. Now we're going to switch.
Weaver going to head off for some assistance from her teammates. Action back underway. Test fit back into the game, and contact going to be called. Push on Rugdenhill. Her second of the game. Beckford needs just one more rebound to join Weber in as part of the double-double group. Tesvik going to grab a nice pass from Schumacher, who was pressured. This pass was intended for Boudreaux, will be able to collect it. And this pass is now behind Beckford. And here come the Royals. Lazenby splits the D. It's up, it's good. That's an even 200 now for Sydney Lazenby in her career. And the foul going to be on Vreugdenhill as she quickly is up to 3.
Lots of patience, because you can give her time to then reseal. Jam, jam.
Looking for an opening. Tiptoeing the line is now Beckford trying to work on Vreugdenhill. Offloads. Good screen, but working away from an excellent job from Lazenby. It's into the paint. This shot hits off the rim. And coming forward was Tesfit, but she'll be in and out of her hands. Lazenby corrals for Redeemer. Give and goes. Lazenby has it back. She'll go back, going for a step back 3 and convert. She was already behind the arc, but takes an extra step and still able to connect. 45-37 our score as Schumacher trying to work around the block. Able to find Bujold. Tips it in for Kellerman, who will drive and will be turned away. Tesfit trying to apply some pressure, switching off to it. This pass is going to be into the Condors bench. Saw Van Dyke trying to hold the line while stretching for the pass. Be a bit out of her reach. That'll be a turnover. Weaver back into the game after receiving some treatment on the sideline. Has her, and this will be punched free from Van Raalte. Good job going backwards, able to negate the pass. Inbound finding Kellerman. She'll take some contact, still with it, loses the handle momentarily, and collecting by the Royals. With a head of steam, they race back up. 1-2, and that will be sealed off. Forming the wall was Bujold and Beckford. And now on the counterattack, here's Schumacher. Schumacher feeds over to Beckford. They'll give and go, trying to direct some traffic. It's back to Beckford and kicks out. Kellerman has to get the shot up. And that shot will not be able to count as that is a shot clock violation. Will be a timeout taken by Redeemer. Next game for the Royals, they head home to face off against the Sheridan Bruins. Game is set for January 17th. Redeemer 8-7 all-time against the Condors, 2-4 on the road. Those last 2 wins against Conestoga have come at home. the last 3 games being decided by 10 or fewer points. Right now, similar story on display here this evening. We'll have to see how the rest of this one plays out. Van Raalte has been held relatively quiet, just 2 points, 5 rebounds. Was a big factor in that last game against Conestoga. Led with the play with 23 points, 11 rebounds. All players, in fact, had double-digit points in that contest. Just 2 here this evening for Redeemer. But they are continuing to push back, not going away quietly, as Conestoga going to have to try to put some more points on the board, as Redeemer has momentum in their favor. Six minutes even on the clock. Redeemer will set out with possession. Currently 1-8 on the season. Conestoga 3-5. Each game down the stretch has more and more playoff implications, as this layup not going to fall. As Beckford has the ball momentarily and will decide to offload to Schumacher. Find Alicia Bujold at the top of the arc. Bujold off balance, somehow found Beckford, and the shot is up from Schumacher, no good. Beckford now a double-double as well, joining Weber. But it's the Royals coming back, working around and Halligan, and getting in disrupting play was Kellerman. We're looking at about 16 seconds on the shot clock. The lob pass will find Van Raalte, who will be unable to convert on the layup. And here comes Kellerman. Kellerman has Weber. She'll take it herself, up, not in. Looking like it might have fallen, nonetheless will be taken away. And now Redeemer has number. Schumacher trying to track back. And that is going to be swatted by Bujold, but it is going to be a foul called. And it will be on Alicia Bujold. We get another look at this one. Going 0 for 2 on that trip, but however, Redeemer keeps possession, but falling during the play was Vreugdenhil, and is stolen away. This is taken back in by Beckford. Beckford racing up the right wing, zips one on over to Bujold into the corner. Kellerman, good! Adri Kellerman, 3 for 7 from deep. She's up to 13 points, none bigger than that, as that restores a 10-point lead for the Condors, 48-37. And it's stolen away. Beckford's got it. And she will outweight up, and they count the basket plus the foul. Another steal and score. Jamila Beckford. Beckford heading to the line, currently 0 for 2 on the evening. Does such a great job. There was no support there for Van Raalte, and taking it right out of the hands was Beckford and driving hard to the net.
On a make. On a make.
This one bouncing off, and it will be taken back in by Redeemer. Be taken up and broken away by Kellerman, who keeps it alive momentarily, and Lazenby has it back for Royals. The foul going to be called on Kellerman, her second. One big difference for Redeemer that has been on display is they are healthy in this second half. Was playing the first half with just 6 or 7 players, which really limited the depth of their bench, and having their size back has proven to be a big factor for them. We'll see how that plays out for the rest of their season. This is the second and final meeting between these two clubs. Good move and the finish. That was a thing of beauty. Uglin going to get her first bucket, as Beckford driving, Offloads now with some space, setting her feet, letting it go, and knocking it down. Ella Schumacher. Schumacher gets herself into such good spots, as this is going to be an 8-second violation. And again, time after time, pressure playing dividends for the Condors as they get a number of key turnovers off the 8-second violation. Circling back to that previous point, Ella Schumacher does such a good job getting into good areas, which allowing her to get a high percentage look at the net, and she was able to convert. She has the ball back off a handoff. 8 seconds on the shot clock. It's going over to Bujol, who will let it go. Hits iron, no good. Foul going to be on Beckford, her third. .318 to play in the fourth quarter. Conestoga with the lead. What has been a back and forth contest, as that is going to be a foul on Lazenby. Schumacher zips one on over. Now it's Kellerman. Kellerman, it's into the paint. Beckford off the glass and in. Jamila Beckford put 2 more on her total. She's up to a sweet 16. As she continues to find her stride here late in the fourth quarter. It's stolen away, Adri Kellerman. Conestoga continuing to get steal after steal. Schumacher is going to be swatted away. 11 steals for the Condors, 12 for the Royals, as this has been the story all game. Bujol does a good job backing down, grabbing the rebound and putting it back in was Lazenby. Conestoga going to take a timeout as they have the lead. 54, 41 our score. Biggest factor for the Condors has been playing as a unit defensively. A number of players stepping in and getting key turnovers. By getting those turnovers, they are generating a tremendous amount of offense, capitalizing on a number of those chances. Lazenby, I think, going to try to will her team back into this contest. 19 points for her, with Rugden Hill having 10. Talia Rugden Hill has a double-double. Lazenby also 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Had double-digit points in 3 of her last 4 games, and that will continue to be the case. .234 to go, as Conestoga looking to close this one out, see if they can start off 1-0 in January. They had those 2 preseason games, won the game against George Brown. It will be Condors' ball as it is swatted away, and that will be a foul called on Hoogland, I believe. Abigail Hoogland, it will be her second, and that will have a new player coming in the game. A returning player, I should say, as it's Rugden Hill coming in. Beckford to the line. The Condors are into the bonus. Beckford had 189 points last season, a key part of the offense, and she will go 2 for 2. At 2 more to her total, she's up to 18, has double-digit points in all but 1 game this season. Her season high was 23 and has a season high of 22 rebounds. As Condors will take over possession again, a nice play from Adri Kellerman. They're going to feed over to Schumacher. Zips one. Now it is Kellerman. Backford with a pump fake, trying to drive baseline, tiptoeing, but will head out of bounds. Possession back for the Royals. They're going to have to string a couple of buckets back together. See if they can go on a bit of run. This pass a little bit high. It will be corralled. Good defense from Weber. It was a 2-on-1 for Redeemer. This pass getting in for Van Raalte, working on Tesfit. And will be a travel as Tesfit not giving an inch. Good inbound, finding Schumacher. She tries to move forward, has some room. Will it be double team? No, it will just be trying to get around Van Raalte. And Schumacher able to do so. Now kicks it out there to Beckford. Has a lot of time, sets her feet, lets it fire. This one will rim out. Players jousting for it, and Beckford able to secure the ball and is going to be fouled. She'll head back to the line. Rigdon Hill, that's her fourth as she's into some foul trouble. Beckford back to the line to shoot two. Had a double-double in that last game against the Royals. She's having a great game here. Another double-double to add to her total. She will convert on the first. Conestoga as a team shooting 55.3% from the line. They're shooting over 60% in this one. That will be two more free throws made for Jamila Beckford. And direct some traffic, and Bujo got a hand on it momentarily. It will remain with the Royals, however. 1:30 to go as this shot hits off the back iron, will not fall. The loose ball corralled by Kellerman, who is flying up the court. It's into the corner, but is broken up. Great play from Van Houligan. That is going to be a timeout taken by Redeemer. Both teams leaving it all on the court. A lot of fast break opportunities. 11 points for the Condors in that department. They have 5 points via their bench. Both of these teams trying to close this one out. Conestoga with a good lead, 58-41, our score. Primarily led via Jamila Beckford, who has caught fire. She's up to 20 points in this game. That Lazenby with 9 rebounds in this game, also a career 100 for her, as she continues to tick off milestones for Redeemer. Actually back and away, 1:23 left to go in this contest. Conestoga with the lead. To see if Sam Tesfit is able to get her first bucket as a Condor.
Pass it out, Chip.
We'll go over to Tesfit. Tesfit driving. It will go up, and it's in! Tesfit, welcome to the OCAA. Her first bucket for the Condors. Samrawit Tesfit is able to get her first bucket, and that was a good hard drive along the baseline. Able to bank it in off the glass. That puts the Condors to 60. Lazenby's been 50% from the line in her last four, a career 53.8. She'll have a couple of free throws with just over a minute to go, as she will be nothing but net on that. He's zipped over to Tesfit. Tesfit with a burst of speed gets around her defender, driving hard, and it will go on the outside of the backboard. A great burst of speed from number 2, showcasing a skill that she has, as it will stay with Conestoga. Speed kills, and Tesfit has it in spades. This pass for Beckford, it will stay with the Condors. Bujold now to inbound. Bounce pass finds Kellerman. A great cut into the paint now. Adri Kellerman hits the rim and is going to be fouled. Van Halligan picking up her first foul. That sends Kellerman to the line for the first time this evening. 71.4% is her numbers from the charity stripe. Knocked down 6 threes in the exhibition game versus George Brown. 21 points in the contest. Will be good on the second. 61-42 our score. Under a minute to go. As Conestoga looking to close this one out. Lazenby tries to drive in the paint. Will stop there and losing the handle on the ball and coming back the other way. It's Tesfit racing up the floor along the right wing. Will hammer on the brakes. Now Tesfit continues to drive. Will be turned away. A pass able to get off her fingertips, and it will be going the other way. Foul going to be on Weber, her second. Key factor in the game plan for the Condors was keeping Weber out of foul trouble, as she provides such a big part of the presence on the interior, and that has been on full display here this evening. She's 11 points, 12 rebounds in the dying seconds of this game. Going up, Van Halligan offloads. This shot will not be able to find the rim. Van Raalte tried for it. Will head out of bounds. Conestoga can kill the clock with 7.1 to go. And that will do it, as Conestoga with a burst speed from Bujold will hammer on the brakes, and Beckford is just going to let the clock run out. 61-42 our finals. Conestoga gets the first win of their 2026 portion of the season. Final high score is going to be Jamila Beckford with 20 points, 11 rebounds, Kellerman 14, Weber with 11. For Redeemer, Lazenby had 20 points, Rugden Hill with 10, Froze with 4.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you.
Here with Adri Kellerman. Adri, that was a back and forth first half. You pulled away a bit in the third. What was the difference maker in this game for you guys?
I really think it was our energy. Like, they beat us last time we played them, and we had the fire under our butts. Like, we wanted to win this game so bad. Like, start our season out strong, so we came out the whole time. All we were saying in the locker room was like, energy, energy, energy. We really just wanted to come out and scare them, honestly.
And you're back in action against Humber on Saturday. How can you reset and get ready for that game?
Our game against Humber last semester, we were really close. It was a back and forth game again. This time, it's honestly, like I said, energy. We have to come out with the same energy we came today. Like, they're a super hard team. Like, they're super tough. They have amazing defenders and shooters. We honestly just have to play our game. Like, we have to come out like we came out today, just hyped and like ready to win and ready to play. And I think that's what's going to win the game for us.
I do thank you very much for your time. Go enjoy your win.
Thank you.
That does it for us here from the Student Rec Center. Conestoga going to get their 2026 started in the win column, defeating Redeemer. They'll be in action against the Humber Hawks on Saturday. Be sure to tune into that action. From all of us here at the Student Rec Center, I'm Ada Fukuski. Be sure to tell somebody you love them, and we will see you next time.
Hi, I'm Cav. Welcome to this episode of Local Bites. Today, we'll be making Tuscan chicken together, or I should say Tuscan style chicken. Basically what this is, it's a beautifully creamy sauce with some sun-dried tomatoes,